endlich geht's wieder los mit Konzerten und wir sind heute hier wieder mal im Kufa Haus und wir haben niemanden geringeren hier als Roger Miret von Agnostic Front und wir stellen ihn einfach mal ein paar Fragen. Yes, Roger, warm welcome to Braunschweig City.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, it's really great to have a band like a fantastic band, the Godfathers of Hardcore, here in Braunschweig again. Do you remember you've been here in 2002 in the legendary Temple X?
I remember really good. I remember that show really good.
That's great. We have some. We made some. We have a museum with rock and roll memorabilia, and we collect certain items, and it's a great issue for us, and it's very nice to have you here. So you've been on tour now for around 4 weeks, is it right?
This is the fourth week.
The fourth week,
We
yes.
just started the fourth week. We came here for 30 days, 29 shows.
Wow.
So we only have 6 more after this.
So I saw the Hellfest show and something online, very great. So how do you feel to be back on the road? It's great, huh?
It feels great. Yeah, I was a little bit worried, to be honest with you, because I was on the road in America, and that was hard for me.
Yeah.
And we had a day off, and I needed a day off. And I come here, and there's no days off. I was like, whoa. And in America, we don't have to play longer. We play shorter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God, how am I going to do this? But I do it. So far, so good.
I cannot imagine how it is to take yourself to get into shape, into fitness, to make something like this. It's touring, it's rock and roll life.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I had my 2 surgeries, so then it's hard for me to do this.
Yes.
And so little by little, I get better.
Much respect, sir, really. So, it's 40 years of Agnostic Front now, and I really, for me personal, I get in touch with Agnostic Front with those times in the 90s. That's like when I was 16 or something. Yeah, I heard Gotta Go and something, and whoa, it was flashing us like the whole world was flashed by this. But there is a story early from the 80s. You started as, I don't know, Vinnie Stigma started the band in 1982, and we would like to ask, how was it in New York these times? How can we imagine you started like in something like the Psychos or something?
I mean, New York was very different than the New York you see today. It's not the same New York. It was, it looked like a war zone. It looked like, a bomb hit it, and it was a lot of poverty, a lot of drugs, a lot of crime.
Wow.
And we rose out of all that stuff, all our bands.
Yes.
And but we just kept together. We wanted to keep the youth together and keep people together through these turbulent times. Through these hard times of you watching people you love get murdered or die or getting into drugs, and so we needed something to keep the young people striving and alive and to look forward to. So we formed this tribe in New York hardcore.
Yes. So did you start to sometime in your young life to learn an instrument, to play music, or did you just get into a certain...
I just bought a bass, and I just say I'm going to play, and I don't know how to read music or nothing, and I just started playing.
Yeah, great.
And next thing you know, I'm playing in a few punk rock bands. The more famous one would be the Psychos before Agnostic Front.
Yes, great, really great. So we watched a little bit around the lyrics of Agnostic Front, and we recognized a change a little bit. The lyrics, the first records, from my point of view, there was this hardcore feeling, this unity, thinking, and the last albums had been more and more politic. Is this right or? I
mean, it is right, but it's always been like the same thing. Even from our very first single, we wrote a song that was anti-war.
Yes.
And then the same thing with Victim in Pain. There's a lot of unity, but there's also songs about society, and overcoming, like a best way to put it is songs about, overcoming hard times and stuff like that. As long as unity song, we do the same thing now, but I think it's just, I don't know. It's just a writing style. We still sing about unity. We still always sing about, like, there's always a song or two about unity, and there's songs about shit going on in the world because you can't just not recognize it,
Yeah.
Like, the American Dream died is very, very, very relevant to today and all this stuff, It's like, and we're talking about all this shit years ago, and everybody's, now everybody, well, you told you years ago.
Yes, that's right. So there was also some lyrics which Pete Steele wrote. It's real.
The Carnivore. I'm sorry. In Cause for Alarm, there's three songs.
Yes.
Three. Two? Is it two? 2.5? I think that Pete Steele wrote lyrics.
Yeah. So it must be really.
Pete was a good friend of ours. We hung out together and we shared the same rehearsal space. We shared the same management.
Yeah.
So like he was really getting into hardcore, and we liked what Carnivore did. We were the first band to play with Carnivore, first hardcore band to play with Carnivore.
Great.
And we always got along really well. So there was a time that I walked away from Agnostic Front for a little bit, and he was writing lyrics. And when I came back, they were there. So. And that was that, but they would not. People think, Pete Steele wrote the record. No, he didn't. He just wrote like 2.5, maybe three songs.
No, but
just lyrics.
But it's for us. It's fascinating that it was a melting point. New York seemed to be a melting point. There was bands like the Chromex. There was band like later on Biohazard, Life of Agony. However, this is all coming.
All these bands back then, where everything was coming together, like Slayer and Metallica, Anthrax. All these bands and Carnival, they always used to wear Agnostic Front shirts. We wore their shirts, and we were all coming together. It was a melting pot.
That's great.
Real crossover.
That's great.
I have a photo I'll show you later of Pete Steele playing with Carnival with an Agnostic Front shirt. It's really nice. It's really cool.
I want to know. Speaking of the old times and old school, new school, we've been around for some years now, us here in the room, and especially you, 40 years now, approaching 40 years of Agnostic Front. I want to know, is there any youth left in the U.S.? Is there anything coming? Is there? I mean, it's new school. I know some bands like Incendiary, basically from New York.
There's a lot of bands always popping up.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's more than ever. Back in 1980, if you think about 80, 81, 82, 83, bands were distinctive. There was the names, you could tell where they were from and the areas. Dead Kennedys, Agnostic Front, Necros, SSD Control, Black Flag, Misfits. You all knew demographically where everything was. And there wasn't many bands. Now there's a lot of bands.
Still coming.
Yeah, and just in general all over the world. So it's hard to keep up on what's the new band because there's always new bands, It's hard to pick a band name now, I think. All the cool band names are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us in here in the local area, Braunschweig is a melting point, but we see there's a little gap. There are not that really young bands. You have a band down here, Torch. They are young guys. They are a new breed, and it's important that there is coming a new generation.
Of course, it's very important because someone's got to carry the torch.
Yes.
You know what I mean.
Exactly. So, Roger, let us know, what can we expect from Agnostic Front in the future?
Well, you could expect a new album. We just got Danny playing drums with us right now. We want to write a new album, so
that's great.
It's just that we didn't want to do it now because we just released Get Loud,
Yes.
And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And everything got crazy, so we were never able to play the songs. So now we want to play the songs a little bit.
Yes.
And then we're going to write a new song. Next year is a very special year for Agnostic Front. Next year is 40 years with me.
Yes.
And 40 years since the very first single, the 7-inch United Blood. So next year there's a very special release of United Blood, the full recording. That it's Don Fury is mixing it. It's a really special release.
So there will be some special vinyl and something.
There's going to be some special shows related to United Blood and Victim in Pain. We do that once in a while. We'll just do only United Blood, Victim in Pain. In America, they love it. In here, they complain because the whole thing is 20 minutes.
It's short, or it's like
That's all it is.
I mean,
You're only going to get 20 minutes of music. That's all it is. United Blood, Victim in Pain. But we bring it. Oh no! You see, that's why we do it in America. Is they don't care. They just want United Blood, Victim in Pain. We could do that. But you bring it here, then they don't realize the records were short back then.
Will you?
They were definitely shorter, but
Yeah. Will you refresh the sound completely to the
No.
local, the actual level of music? Because in the 80s it was a little different sound. Yeah.
Well, and we are better musicians and better of everything right now.
Yes.
But you can't make it any better. You just gotta. That's the secret, Just keep it bad,
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about I like bad pizza. I like bad hardcore.
Yeah.
I don't like bad beer. I like good beer.
Here in Braunschweig we have good beer.
Oh, everybody tells me that. Everybody in Germany tells me they have
The German beer.
Well, let me see. Where is it? Somebody go get me a beer. I'll determine on TV right now on your camera who has the beer.
I show you. Give me after that interview. I give you a Wolters beer.
What is that?
Wolters beer is the local Braunschweig beer, and it's good beer.
Okay.
Really, you can trust me. Roger, what about other projects? Is there still alive the Roger and the Disasters?
Roger and the Disasters, we put a lot of stuff aside because we have a lot of songs written, but I was really busy with Agnostic Front.
Yes.
In fact, today, Reese, my guitar player,
Yeah.
sent me a text, hey, let's go record some more Alligators. You know the Alligators too.
Yes.
And Reese is the guitar player also with Roger and the Disaster. He's now with the Alligators. And he said, let's go have some fun. Let's go record more songs. So we're always doing stuff, but we haven't recorded anything with the Disaster because Pete started playing with the Street Dogs, our drummer. And we just all started getting really busy doing stuff. But we have songs. We could record, and we just got to find a time. Now that I'm starting to get busy again with Agnostic Front.
Yeah.
And I could have done it through the pandemic, but I was sick. I had my surgeries.
Yes.
I couldn't do anything.
So it's very great to see you live and alive. Really, it's great.
It's great to be alive.
Yeah. I've heard you have some other interests. Hot rod cars.
Oh, I love hot rods and customs. Yeah.
So you are some kind of member of the Rumblers.
Yes, I am the founder.
Yeah.
Co-founder. Me and my buddy Squirm of the Rumblers Car Club in America.
Yeah.
And it's all over now. It's here. It's
I saw it in the internet. There is some Italian,
Italy,
chapter
France,
or
Germany,
yes, great.
Luxembourg.
Whoa.
There's a Nomad chapter too. Let me see, who am I missing? I think I got them all. But the good guys, and they're into true hot rods and customs.
like Nomad, the bicycle club.
Like Nomad meaning they don't belong to a specific chapter because they're too far. That's what the Nomad means, the true term. Nothing to do with the bike culture and the bike world.
So that's the name I know.
Yes.
So you like nice cars and powerful engines and
I like all that, but I had to sell my car.
Okay.
I had to because I got sick and everything, so I sold my car, which is a very famous car in America.
Yeah.
I won a lot of awards, and it's a beautiful car. But my club, the Rumblers, they all put money together for me.
Yeah.
And they bought me a car.
All right.
So it's really cool, but you just got to work on it. But there's a new car there somewhere.
Speaking of financing,
Here's a man with a very good beer.
Yes.
Oh, this is the good beer.
This is the really good beer.
All right, let's see.
Right. Wow.
This is the one.
This is the Wolters Pilsner. Wolters Pilsner. This is great. Cheers, yeah. This is German beer.
This is good beer.
Yeah.
Really good beer. I'm going to put it on the top of my list.
Wow.
Top of the list. Very good.
You go to the Wolters factory and tell them we push it. We push it all over the world, yeah?
Yes.
In the States as
Need a
well.
sponsorship.
Your sponsorship?
You can buy it in the States as well.
Really.
But only special stores.
In America, I don't bother. I mean, only when I come to Germany, for real, this is a true story. I don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
But I like to try the beer from the cities just to try it. And in America, I don't drink beer. I'm not but I just like to try it. Especially here in Germany, all the beer, in a lot of cities, the beers are great.
Yes.
We have shitty beer in America.
Yes, I know. I've
Blue
been
Ribbon Pops or something?
Oh my
like
God.
that?
What is
I
that?
heard it's bad, but some
Yes.
guys from the other
I heard
venue
Kool-Aid is
drinking.
better than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Roger, speaking of financing stuff, I don't want to get too deep into it, but the way the U.S. is heading, we're looking at some politics in the U.S. and basically all of the Western world drifting up kind of into some kind of right-wing.
I don't know, man.
How do you approach that from a hardcore side? Do you
Depends what you want to write about. I mean, if you want to write hardcore, there's plenty of subjects to write about,
Yes.
Just put on a TV, you could write albums,
Yeah.
But what's been going on lately, and I've been going through a lot of shit, like besides the pandemic, because I love touring, I love meeting friends, meeting people all over the world. I've been doing this my whole life, and I like talking about subjects, making people aware of stuff. That's what I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
But then I got sick. I got the cancer, and then I got really depressed. Really, because when you get told, and it was in a bad area, it was heavy cancer. It was not an easy, light thing. 2 surgeries, and I started like I can't. And every time I put on the computer or the TV, it was just like, oh my God, it just kept getting worse. So I had to be like, stop with the world, take care of myself,
Yes.
Let me get better. I'll come back to the world, and I'm still working on getting better because I'm still not 100%. I'm missing 5 organs. That's a lot. And I still push through stuff. And then the devastation it did on my family, my personal family, because they were very confused with what was going on in my life. So now it's time. But I'm out here. This is step number 1. Step number 1 was getting better. This is step number 2, coming back together with everybody. Step number 3, now I want to go and spend some really good time with my family, enjoy some stuff, and then time to write a record. I'll talk all the shit that needs to be talked.
Yeah, great.
I'll call everybody out where it needs to be called. But if you notice, the Alligators still call people out. We just did that the Alligators record. I don't know if you have it. All the lyrics were done under Trump presidency.
Oh, okay.
It came out late because you couldn't vinyl. It was late, and it came out late. But everything was written during the Trump presidency. So you can see there's a lot of aggression, a lot of stuff talking about a lot of.
Still
it's
is.
always.
Still is.
You pick up the first Alligators album. We just call everything out.
Yeah.
And with Agnostic Front, I do up to a limit because I also want to write about unity and friendship and bring people together.
Yeah.
So.
You are the godfathers, the founders of hardcore. We have the development to metalcore. We have the different hardcore styles. You were influencing the whole genre, the whole music world from rock and roll side. And where do you see the future development? Where does it go to?
I don't know. When we were doing, we were all our friends and all our bands in New York and just other bands all over the country. We were doing all this together. We didn't know we were founding or creating a scene. We were just kids, literally kids, just voicing our opinion. Demonstrating and wanted to say something, wanted to speak up about stuff that was injustice and stuff like that. Then it became a movement. And we didn't know. We didn't do this purposely. We didn't know. We were just being a band, doing what we love, and that's the same thing we do today. We just go on stage. We do what we love. We're not trying to stir anybody anything differently. We're just representing ourselves. That's what's secret to Agnostic Front, to our legacy, is that we're genuine people.
Yeah.
We you could come talk to us. You could meet us. There's never a problem, and we'll tell you how we feel, what we think.
That's pretty
We
impressive.
don't push nothing on nobody. You make your own opinion. You make your own judgment. We present you something. It's up to you to make whatever you want out of
This
it.
is absolutely real. This is great. Really.
But today, I don't know where the world is going. There's a lot of separation, a lot of division.
Yes.
And I think the pandemic, in America, I don't know how bad it was here in Germany, but in America, there was a lot of. I know people that were friends forever, and because of the vaccine or something, they don't talk.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
we
they
had-
parted.
My wife
Yes.
lost her friend.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It was the same here.
And I still can't even believe that how simple you value friendship over what.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
that's weird to me. So I try to just. I've always had friends worldwide and a good family connection, but there's certain people you could trust forever for your life, and there's not many. There's probably in one hand you could hold them,
So did you tour in Russia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have great Russian friends.
Yes, and it's
And
it's
this
crazy.
this tour right here we're on right now,
Yeah.
we were supposed to start in Russia. We had 3 shows in Russia,
Yeah.
and then the next show was Croatia.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 Croatia, and then fly here
Yes.
to Germany.
Yes.
Those 4 shows got canceled. Obviously, we all know why. And the thing is, what's sad about it is that everybody just makes a wall and boom, boom, boom. But there are good people on both sides.
Yes.
Like hardcore, especially the hardcore.
Yes, the
community.
hardcore. I guess the scene
And
is
bands, we're friends with Siberian Meat Grinder, and
Oh, yeah.
there's some really good bands.
Yeah.
And I hope, and I like to think that they think like I think, and hopefully things come down again where
Yes.
we could all come together again, But it's sad. It's sad what's going on. People make an incentive decision. Oh, fuck this. Oh, fuck that. Like, hey, not everybody's the same. Or like when under America, when we had Trump, for example, everybody, oh, you stupid Americans. Fuck America. Fuck America. You think we voted for? You think I voted for this shit? Everybody has their own opinion too, and people have to understand that and
yes.
really think before you say something.
Yes, but actually the world is going to drain or something. But there is a lot. The most people, they don't want this. They don't want this development. They don't want any wars. They are not from this time anymore.
It's never been people
Yeah.
that want. When war
Yeah.
is the ugliest thing in the world. It's never the
Yes.
people that want the war. It's
Yes.
it's greed.
Yeah.
It's dictatorship. It's kings. Here's one of the best lines ever written. Bruce Springsteen. I have to quote him.
Yeah.
Rich men want to be kings. King men want to be. Wait. King. God, I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
King want to be, and the king is satisfied till he rules everything. He's talking about like there's always you're never going to be satisfied, and it's unfortunate. And sometimes you get caught up in it and you believe it and you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this remembers me on the song "Fortunate Son." Yeah. So Roger, thank you really very much for these open words. We want to come to an end now, and do you have a final message from the Godfather of hardcore? What's the message of Agnostic Front?
our message will always be, to find some sort of unite to come together, and I think you see that at our shows.
Yes.
I mean, there's been a lot of little division in hardcore and punk, oh, these people don't like this people, which is crazy. I don't even like to believe that.
Yeah.
But it does exist. And our message is to bring people together and see there's a common denominator. You know, we all love this music. You know, we all love the ideology. We all love that people could think freely and express themselves. So why keep dividing our scene, you know?
Yes.
And that's been our message forever.
That's great. So, Roger, thank you very much. It was great to have you here. We wish you a nice show here in Braunschweig.
Thank you, and
Go
thanks for the beer.
to rock the stage. And remember the beer. So, thank you very much.
New York City is ours tonight.